Hello, my lovely wishes. It's Holly and Bast. Welcome to Dandelion Stitches. Welcome if you've been with me for ages or if this is your first time. Just super happy to have you here. How are you all? Are you good? Welcome to November. You know what November means? Christmas. I know. I know. But I get excited and I'm ready. I'm ready for lights and music but I won't drive you crazy with it. Well, it's possible just a little bit, but I will try not to. So, daylight savings, how you doing? Yeah. Ugh, I hate it. I don't know what I'm laying in bed at like 5 o'clock this morning. My body's going, get up. So I did. We just all have to adjust. I'm just so glad I don't have little people anymore that you have to help adjust to, get on up, get to school. Everybody's kind of tired. And I do have my favorite antlers on today. It's hard to see them from this light. Anyway, so today we're going to talk a little bit. And it's, you're really kind of indulging me if you will listen to I'm not ranting. I'm just, I feel the need to share. But at the end of my little bit here, I will show you my next project because I finally picked something to do. And we'll talk just a little bit about pen pals. So if you've got something to drink, maybe have a sit. We're going to talk a little bit about extraordinary kindness, which I think we are in need of right now, and the discrimination against disabled people. Okay, we're gonna go all the way back. I don't even remember what year it was. It's been probably 10 years. Oh, Cambria was 16 years. Tom had a business trip to Nashville, and he was it was like a conference, and the conference was being held in the Gaylord in Nashville. If you ever get the opportunity to stay at the Gaylord in Nashville, man, it is something else. It is a city in there, and it is, wow, that was a good vacation. For me, it was a vacation. He had to work. But since I would walk him, it would take 20 minutes in the morning to walk from our room to where his conference was in the same building. And then I would go back and kind of get on for the day. And they had Blue Line tours that you could get on a bus right there at the door at the Gaylord. It was so hot. It was so hot. But anyway, and they took you like downtown Nashville and a tour of where the stars live, and and I took a few of them because it gave me the opportunity to see the Nashville area without driving myself and when they stopped at the Gaylord, and then they stopped at one other place, and getting on this bus, it wasn't a big bus, but came 3 women that looked like they could possibly have been sisters, and an older woman. And I'm going to just peg her around 80. I don't know, but she had a walker. And there wasn't really any way to gracefully get her up those steps because it was a up, and the sisters did, I think they were there to have fun. And mom was maybe, I don't know, she was not having fun. Let's just put it that way. So I was kind of keeping an eye on her, and we stopped at the Museum of Country Music, and everybody got off the bus, no problem. But then to get into the museum, there were like 6 or 7 cement steps. Now, there could have been a handicapped accessible area. I did not see it, but it could have been in a different spot. And it's the kind of thing you would think the bus driver would have sort of knew that she needed, but Anyway, everybody gets off. They get her walker, they get her down onto the pavement, and then the sisters, I'm assuming they're the sisters, I don't know this for sure, just kind of disperse. And I tried not to be like in her face, but I was kind of, paying attention, and I went up the steps and I got a little ways, and I heard her cry out, and I turned around and looked, and she had fallen on the steps. And so I ran back there because I'm a fixer. I just, and we checked, are you okay? Do we need to call, a medic? What do we need to do? And she just said, I need my girls. And so another person who had stopped ran in to try to find the girls who were already gone. And I sat with her on the steps. She was bleeding a little bit on her knee, so I got out a little tissue. It was a hanky, I remember, because she was somewhat tickled that I carried hankies. I love a hanky, Anyway, at the time, I didn't know "bless your heart" was a phrase that could be used in two different ways, in a nice way and in a not so nice way. But anyway, so I sat with her, and the girls came back, and they got her up the steps okay. And, I got a lot of "bless your hearts" from them, who I would think were kind of annoyed. But they left her. I mean, come on. So she was pretty rattled, but the girls had her under control. And so I just went and did my thing. And after that, she just stayed on the bus. And the second stop we made was going into the Ryman Auditorium. And I asked her if she wanted to go in, because she was sitting in front of me. Did she want to go in? And, I said, I'm kind of slow. I would be glad to walk with you. And no, she just didn't really think she wanted to do that. So I went to the Ryman and walked through, and then I came back and sat with her. And I just, at the time, it didn't really occur to me, but the more I thought about it, I wondered how many times she has missed out because she had a walker or was physically incapable of making it to wherever. And, it kind of stuck with me. And then I got diagnosed with Parkinson's. And, at first it was just like tremors a little, mostly it's my hands. But there started to become times where it's hard for me to walk any real distance. And I have a lot of pain. And the other day I was trying to get myself and my cane and my purse and everything out of the car. I do have a handicap parking thing, but boy, the looks you get when you get out of a car when you're using your handicap thing, I'm not sure, do I need to get out and crawl? Like, I just don't, this is what I'm saying, kindness. If we could just, first of all, if you could just mind your own business, that would be great, except if you're a helper. But it occurred to me that I was indeed handicapped, disabled. I have joined those ranks. For me, another thing that the Parkinson's does is it makes it difficult for me to see the steps. Like, I can see that there's especially if they're all the same color, I can see that there's a decline or an incline, but I can't see where the steps start and stop. So I have to have a person, Tom, he's my person, or my cane to feel where the next step is, up where the next step is, And it's not fun. It's well, we went to Minnesota and we went to see the falls, and they tried very hard to make it as easy as possible for someone in a wheelchair or with a walker or whatever to make it up to where the falls are. But it's like a bad road with potholes, and it took village to get me up there, and I was mildly humiliated. I mean, would look at me when I was using the wheelchair. When they were pushing me, and people would kind of, and I get that they're curious, but if a smile could be included with the look, that would be so good. So good. So this is my being disabled story. Time for a drink. And as long as I keep my expectations pretty low, I'm okay. I'm an introvert. I stay home most of the time. It's not really that big a deal, but it kind of is, because I'm not the only person in this situation. There are so many people who are many different kinds of disabled. And when a business doesn't provide a ramp or some sort of way for a disabled person to get in their business, for one thing, there are laws about that. And it's discrimination. They're discriminating against those of us who are going to need extra help. And whether they do it mindfully, like knowing that this is what they're doing, or whether they just don't think about it, it's kind of equally. I mean, ignorance is not bliss. People are not, everyone in the world is not healthy and able. And in fact, there are so many of us who are not. So this brings me to one of our longtime subscribers, Leslie. Leslie is my disabled hero. She has, she had a little scooter for a while, but now she has a custom built wheelchair. And Leslie is literally my disabled person hero. I mean, there is almost nothing that will stop Leslie from getting where she wants to go. Concerts, out. I mean, that girl goes. She does not let that wheelchair stop her. I mean, I'm so proud of her. And so, like I said, I'm so inspired by her willingness to just, I'm doing it, There's things I want to do in my life. She's younger than I am. I mean, she's got a life to live. So she's given me permission to tell this story. So I'll tell you at the end why I'm telling you this story. Anyway, Leslie signed up to go to some kind of a quilting lesson. It was not at the actual quilt shop. It was at a house nearby or next door that did not have any way for her to get her wheelchair into the building. And when there was no indication when she signed up that would be the case. So when she got there, she asked if someone could just lift the wheelchair up the steps and she could get on her booty. See, I'm telling you, there's nothing that stops this girl. Up the steps, and then she could get back into the wheelchair and go the rest of the way. Well, no, they did not care to do that. I don't know whether they thought it was going to be a liability. I don't know. Personally, I think it was a really nasty personal problem. I don't know. But again, when you're a business owner, you don't get to choose. If you want business, you need to provide for your customers to be able to join in whatever's going on in that business. I mean, in a quilt shop alone, as it is, getting a wheelchair through is nearly impossible. And what you want could be on the top shelf, and then you've got to ask somebody to help you. And I am super bad at asking people to help me. I would more likely just beat it on out of there, because I am plans have not been laid in order to make it possible for everyone to shop in this store. And I've seen it again and again in every quilt store I go into, where there's stuff on the higher shelf. I get it. People don't have enough space, blah blah blah. And now I'm wondering, but you need to then you need to have staff who are willing to, oh, I'll get that off the shelf for you. Oh, is there anything else I can do for you? I mean, that kind of kindness goes so far, so far. So I'm not sure where Leslie is going to end up going with this situation. I believe that she has a plan in place to try to make life easier for not only just herself, but for many others in her area who are disabled and can't. I mean, if I had been in the same situation with Leslie and the steps, I could, and I didn't have a wheelchair, but I still would have had a really hard time getting into that building. So I guess just what I want you to think on is, how can we be kind? How can we be helpful? How can we see it? How can we look at and see the people that are struggling? And they don't want to be struggling. They don't want to ask you for help. They want to be able-bodied, but we don't all get that. So the next time you see somebody pull into a handicap parking spot, don't assume they're looking for a close, don't, if you think that they look like they need help with a smile. And can I help? Is there something I can do to make it easier for you? As humans, Leslie never should have been treated the way that she was treated in this situation. I was in a Costco with Tom. Tom had taken the cart, and I was walking up and down. I believe I was probably in the booze section. I really like to look at wine bottle labels. I don't like wine, but the labels are really pretty. And I lost my balance a little bit, so I reached over and held on to the display area until I got myself settled back in. And this guy walks past me and he's like, "Drink much?" I know not everybody is like that. I know that there are kind people out there, but for those of us who need extra help, we could also use extra kindness. We could also use extra love and hugs and the understanding that life can be so much better if there's just a smile attached, just a kind word and a smile attached, just so much better. So I give Leslie all the props. I really I hate that happened to her, and all the times that, and the guy in Costco was not the only one. I mean, all the times that somebody has been openly unkind to me because I have a cane or I'm slow. That's another, I'm slow. People get so annoyed by slow. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope that the next time you see someone, or if you are someone that needs a little extra help, I hope somebody just smiles and says hi. Just find the kindness, find the love. So, thank you. Oh, okay. Pen pals. If you would like to be I had not really thought there would be that many people that were interested in being a pen pal. My idea of a pen pal would be someone that I would send cards or letters back and forth to, not necessarily an email, although I have made an exception because there was someone who just did not have the capability, what she needed in order to be able to send things back and forth. If you would like to do that, I have decided I could take 3. So if you would send me an email, don't comment, send me an email with your desire to be a Holly pen pal. And then I will put all the names in a bucket and shake them up, and I'll just pick 3 and I'll let you know. So it's kind of fun. So, oh, my next project. Okay, so, who sends these out? It's the subscription with the they do Lulla Boutique and then they do Robin Pickens. This one came quite a while ago. I'm trying to do this in one hit where I don't need to edit. So it was this, I think it's showing backwards, but oh, this is upside down. That would be the problem. Okay. It's still backwards. Whatever. This is Lulla Boutique's Goodie Box Berry and Pine. I love that, berry and pine. And it came with this pattern for a table runner. Now I have a square table, and table runners like this, I don't know, I don't love them. I really much prefer the square ones. So I'm thinking that I could take these and make 4 squares and do that instead of the long. Does anybody see a problem in that? I don't think I'll work it out and I'll let you know. Well, I'll kind of do this in a process and I'll let you know what I'm doing. But I should really show you this fabric. Okay, hang on. We're gonna look at fabric. This thing behind me's got one eye open, like what's she doing? Okay. Oh, why am I that song? Any song with that one. When you grow up with a name like Holly, things happen. Okay, all right, I'm good. Now, I gotta make sure you can see what am I doing. Yep, okay. So this one, I would assume it is berries and pine. It's very pretty. Try not to set it on fire here. I love red berries against pine trees, or cardinals and pine trees. And this one looks like poinsettias and some sort of thing that doesn't bloom in the winter, or maybe it does somewhere. Not everyone has winter like we have winter. Okay, this is adorable, and you can hardly see them, but there's little teeny holly in there, and I love that. We went to Washington, D.C. one year to see it was another business trip, but they have holly trees, like way tall, huge holly trees. I had no idea. So this again is the pine and the berry. So now we're going for a little more of a green pink, which I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I love the pink, but I do kind of love it with the red background. Go figure. So we have red dottage. We have some more berries and pine. Oh, cute. This fabric is Okotex also, which is really good. We got a little herringbone action. This is a really cute, really cute winter line. Or wouldn't even really have to be. Well, it does kind of have a winter feel to it, but. Now we have bells with holly. Ding dong merrily and high. Do 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 do. Ding dong merrily the sky. Oh, and this is Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Do 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 do. Okay. There it is. That's the fabric. I have yet to, oops, I almost lost my antlers. I have yet to decide what I feel like I should choose 2 reds and 2 greens for the outside. So I'll keep you posted. Maybe by next one I'll have it cut out and we can see where I'm at. So, all right, I'm gonna go back. So that's what's happening. I hope. This has probably gone on for way too long and you have already left the party. But over the weekend, I'm gonna tell on us. Oh my gosh. You're never gonna look at me the same again. So over the weekend, this is what a good marriage. This is how people love each other. The inside of my nose of this nostril was just itching like crazy. I just felt like there was, you know, when you get the hard, crusty stuff in your nose, and I put my fingernail up like to try to just get it to move, and my fingernail popped off in my nostril. And my first thought was, oh God, I'm going to be that person that has to go to the emergency room because there's something up her nose. But I went to Tom and he got the tweezers and he got it out. I will not be doing that again. It doesn't matter how much it itches or what's going on. Yeah. But then the next day he said, I think I have a wood tick on me. Will you just look and see? I'm the queen of wood tick getter. I mean, yeah. So he showed me where it is. How it got there, I don't know. But when I say it's a big wood tick, that sucker was like within minutes of dropping off of him. It was full of blood and mucho disgusting. And normally I would use my fingernails and grab them at the head and, yank them out. But honestly, it was so full of blood that I used the tweezers and it just came, it was probably ready to let go as it was, but it just came right off and then it met a flushing death down. It is people after 25 years who will pull fake nails out of your nostril and get rid of the uber gross wood ticks on your body. That's love. It is. So, I do have a little short video at the end of this for your moment of zen. River took her first selfie of herself. It's very, very short, but it's very cute. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for just considering all the times that you can be kind to somebody else and maybe even let somebody be kind to you. So be well, be safe. And here it is, your moment is zen. Love you, bye.